But thank you so much. Hello, everyone. I'm sorry I'm late. I was actually just on Instagram, and today I just want to welcome you guys to our live stream. Today we're going to be going over the role of bookkeeping in business decision making. And I'm Kareen, and I'm thrilled to have you as we explore how bookkeeping can play a pivotal role in making informed business decisions. Okay. Basically, bookkeeping is often a routine task, but is much more than that. So proper bookkeeping is crucial for making strategic decisions. In this session, I'm going to cover like bookkeeping impacts, various aspects of decision making, and how you can leverage your financial data to drive business success. So let's start by discussing key ways bookkeeping influences by regularly reviewing. You can assess your profitability, investment decisions. Sorry, I'm like so dark right now. Your budgeting and forecasting and forecasting. Bookkeeping data helps create. So by analyzing like your past financial performance, you can set achievable goals and I love the fact that I like to compete with myself. I like to look to see what we did in the past. Looking at our numbers, like bookkeeping, like I always said, it tells a story. It's going to tell the story of what we did, and when we look at, I look at my books, I can tell different times throughout the years. Like, okay, that year I was having a baby. That year or whatever. So when I was in the business did better, or just things like that. So you can see based on how your business data to help you, determine what management. So detailed bookkeeping records allows you to track expenses and identify areas where you can cut costs. So does not mean to automatically go and up your price, your cost. And that does not need to mean you need to go get a new vendor. You might be spending on things you don't need at the moment. You might be spending things on this, or you're probably purchasing things that it's definitely something you do not need at all. So you want margin and overall like your financial stability when you take a look in detail at your costs. The key number for me is to have your cuts cut based on industry. So if your number is a little bit high, like why? Like, what are we spending on? Where do we need to cut those corners and things like that? And make sure you're cutting the right way. We're not cutting corners for safety. Like if it's a safety hazard that's in corners, that's when you increase the price. Okay. The next thing is strategic planning. Whether you're considering expanding your business, launching a new product, data will guide you in that decision making. Like I'm saying, this when you are doing the business by yourself, if it's you have a partner, say if you have a partner, right? And it's two of you guys, and the numbers can help you determine what's the right decision. And even if you're by yourself, and you're on an island alone, the numbers can help you determine which way is this process, like go purchase this product to help us do this, or it doesn't make sense. If you don't have the money 6 times over, maybe it doesn't make sense to do it at the moment, or it might make sense. So that's going to help you figure out the next step, right? So compliance and reporting is the next thing. So accurate bookkeeping ensures compliances with easier to prepare audit and meet legal requirements. It can come from if you are working in daycare, it can come from like agencies you're working with. It can come from many different things. So you want to make sure you're ready. Medicaid, any program you're getting, they might audit you. Okay. So the thing I want to go over next is we go. So you want to make sure to get to this process, to use it to make decisions, you want to make sure you're reviewing your financial reports regularly. You can't go use this to make decisions if you're not reviewing your financials like at least once a month. So you want to review your financial reports at least monthly to help you stay on top of your business financial health and spot any issues early. You can't go and then like, okay, I want to make a decision to go purchase some land or purchase a store, and you haven't looked at your books in over like a year or two, because what's going to happen is you're going to have to clean up them books, and then you're going to take a look, and then you're going to be like, okay, well, I'm missing a whole year's worth of credit card transactions. So now you got to clean that up. So if you're looking at this stuff monthly, you're going to see we're missing this, we're missing that, we got to fix that, we're going to do that. And then that's when your financial reports will be accurate, right? The next thing you want to do is use KPIs, which is called key performance indicators. You're going to identify and track your KPIs relevant to your business. So every business in America or around the world has different KPIs that you're going to look for. The main ones include like gross profit margin, your current ratio, return on investments. We all know what ROIs mean. So basically, if I hire someone in my business, I'm expecting a return on my investment. So if I hire you to do something here and I'm paying you $10,000 to do it, I'm expecting to at least, you're supposed to bring in at least 60,000 or something. That's what my return on my investment is. I want something in return. Like, we're not just hiring you just because, you know, it feels good. We're hiring you because we want to get something back, right? Then your current ratio is how quick does it, you know, come back as well. And then your profit margin is how much of a profit are you making between your expenses and your profit. So those are where those things are, but there's other KPIs you want to look at. You want to look at certain ones that tailored to your industry. I can definitely go into more detail live about KPIs, but that's not today. Another thing about implementing budgeting tools. So you want to use budgeting tools and software to create a detailed budgeting and forecast. This will help you manage your resources more effectively and make driven decisions. The fact is, we want to make data-driven decisions. You want to make your decisions you want your decisions to be driven by numbers. You don't want to make your decisions based on your heart and your soul, because this is business, people. It's, yes, we are people, we're humans, but in business, it's business. We have to also, yes, you want to have some human love and all this stuff, but when you're making the decisions, also you want to make sure it's driven by the numbers. The data is there, it makes sense. You're not going to go and you're not going to want to go purchase something just because, oh, that's my friend, I'm going to go purchase this because my friend is doing this. You want to make sure you can afford it. And my simple rules usually, can I pay for this 6 times fold? Like, if I can't pay for something 6 times fold, I can't do it. Like, it's just not going to make sense. Another thing is you want to consult with a financial advisor. So don't ever hesitate to seek advice from a financial advisor or an accountant. We can provide you with insights and help interpret your financial data. So with times when it gets rough, right? And you don't even want to wait till it gets rough, but when the time gets hard or when you can't figure out something, you want to be able to reach out to someone that's in your budget. Or if you can do that investment, you want to be able to hire that person to do that. You can come to us at Faith Accounting Consulting Services. We do offer we do offer free discovery calls. I think it's 30 minutes. You come in, ask send all your questions prior to it so you can get a great discovery call. We'll answer it. Our services start from $75 and can go all the way up. But there's other resources. You can join your Chamber of Commerce. You can force your Chamber of Commerce to provide these type of services for you. You can join. You can also reach out to. You can look into this SBA to see if they have any services for you. You can also reach out to any local schools to see if they're providing services like that, and if they have like a school of business. Not too sure. I know Howard University, where I came from, we did do a lot of outreach programs in our school of business as well. So there's other schools that probably do the same. So you want to do things like that, okay? So I love to hear questions about the role of bookkeeping business decisions. So if anyone's having any questions, you can definitely lay them down in the comments and everything. I know there were a few questions that did come in via email and then I think in our private messengers over the weekend. So I'm going to go in now and answer those questions and everything. So here's the first one I do have. I would put them up here. Let me see if I can answer them up here. Let's see. Let's see how fast I can type. This one says, how often should I update my bookkeeping? I guess this will give me time to Boop, boop. All right. If I spell things wrong, don't get mad at me. Okay, so how often should I update my bookkeeping records to ensure they're useful for decision making? So we said how often to review it. This one's asking how often should you update. So it's best to update your bookkeeping records regularly, ideally daily or weekly. Consistent update ensures that your financial data is current. So allowing to make timely and accurate decisions. So monthly reviews are also important, like I stated before, but updating daily or weekly is even better. I love the fact that QuickBooks is on your phone. Like you can do a mobile, you can use your mobile or whatever. And it's like a simple like swipe to the left, swipe to the right. It's like Tinder or whatever it is. I have been married to my husband for so many years, so I don't know how that works. But you just swipe your transactions, but you want to do something daily or weekly. You determine, you want to figure out a time, put it on your Google Calendar, bookkeeping done Friday or Saturday or Monday, whatever day you feel better. But don't do it after 7 o'clock. I don't do any numbers after a certain time. But you want to set up a time to do your bookkeeping, maybe early morning. Set the time, do your bookkeeping, get the numbers out of the way, but do it daily or weekly. But try to do it as often as possible when you want to update, because things do go awry, especially if you're using the software. There's so many times where the bank feeds stop working after a while. So you want to make sure you're always connecting things and fixing things up and everything. The next question I have, I'm not going to type this because this took forever, so I'll just hide this. Can bookkeeping software really help with business decision making, or should I rely on a professional accountant? So bookkeeping software can significantly aid in the business decision making by providing like the real-time data and governing insightful reports. But consulting, of course, a professional accountant is also beneficial, especially like with complex financial analysis and like strategic planning. So a combination of both can be the best result. I'm not gonna lie, of course, we are also using the softwares as well, but having us there, we know how to interpret the numbers and explain it to you. Also, like I always say, I can go to WMBD as well, and I can probably do some surgeries if I really wanted to, but do I want to? So I always say that it's good to have a professional like take a look at what's going on with your numbers, because this is it is easy. It might look easy, but like I said, you need to be focusing on your business and focus on what you do best. Like you didn't come into business to be an accountant or do bookkeeping. You came into this business to do whatever you decided to come in this business to do. If you wanted to be a doctor, you're in this business to be the best doctor there is in Charleston, South Carolina. You came into this business to be the best hairdresser there is. Like, so you need to focus on what you came here to be best to do. And you want to save that for us to do. Focus on to be the best accountants we're here to do. And we can do that for you. But the software is great. Like if you're starting off, I would start with the software, use it for a little bit, get your foundation started with the software, and then use that to build upon that, and then have the professional take it from there, and or have a professional start it off for you. But for best of both worlds won't kill you. The next question is about KPIs. What are some KPI indicators that I should track using my bookkeeping data? So, like I said, the essential KPIs track include gross profit margin, net profit margin, current ratio, the quick ratio, and the return on investment. Another one is accounts, if you are using accounts receivable, account turnover. And these indicators help you assess like profitability, also your liquidity, and overall financial performance. So guiding you in making like major informed decisions. So basically, for instance, like your accounts receivable turnover, it's basically saying how long does it take for a client to pay you. So if you have a turnover that takes forever, like maybe if it's like a higher number, that means it's taking a long time for your invoices to get paid all the time. So if you were to take that ratio and take it to a bank, you wouldn't be an ideal candidate, because the banks are gonna be like, if it's taking your clients forever to pay you, you're gonna take forever to pay us. So that's the things you're gonna take a look at. And then for instance, if I was to look at your accounts receivable turnover, I'd be like, girl, get rid of accounts receivable, because it's not working for you. You need these clients to pay you up front. Like you need to be getting paid before you start doing any work. The accounts receivable turnover ain't working, and you're probably most likely I'm seeing you probably paying more to a collection agency, because you're probably going to have to start collecting on this or whatever. So those are the things you're going to be looking at, and that's the things we look at. We look at your KPIs, and that's how we help determine certain things for you and come up with some solutions, right? So that's the things that you'll take a look at and everything. But that actually concludes all my questions, I think, on that end. But if you do have any questions still, and you just didn't have the heart or the desire to ask them in the comments, you can still ask them in these comments. We will definitely be looking through the videos throughout the week. Even though I might be celebrating this week, because this week makes 10 years Faith Accounting Consulting has been in business. Thank you, Lord, and thank you, God, that we have been able to do that and stay in business for this long. It's been a blessing, and I'm so excited to be able to do that. And I can't wait for what the next 10 years is going to be. Hopefully I'll be retired within the next 10 years. My son just asked me what I would be doing, what's going to happen with Faith Accounting. It should still be here. I just said I'll be retired. But I'm investing in him and my other futures on how I'll be retired. But if you have any questions, you can, like I said, add it in the comments. You can PM us about this specific topic or any other topics you have. But like I said, thank you for joining us today and like exploring the role of bookkeeping and business decision making. And remember, accurate bookkeeping is not just about record keeping. It's a powerful tool for driving your business forward. So stay tuned for our next live stream next week, Monday. Until then, keep your financial data in check and make informed decisions. And if you want to book a discovery call, you can email us at hello@faithacs.com or reach out to us on all of our different platforms via PM, and we will send you our booking link. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your week. Have a productive week. And if you are busy, mama, just remember you're being productive. Have a good one.